50/50 follows the story of Adam, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's a young 20-something up-and-comer at a radio station in Seattle, Washington, who is diagnosed with a rare form of cancer and has to accept that fact and has to come to terms with his life with the help of his best friend Kyle, played by Seth Rogen. Now, this film is directed by Jonathan Levine and written by Will Reiser, who actually had this happen to him in real life. And to be honest, it is a little surprise of a movie. It is a film that I was aware of but didn't have a burning desire to see. I am a fan of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but I'm not a fan of Seth Rogen's, and I had the feeling that this was going to be another Judd Apatow style dramedy, which to a certain extent it is, but I do feel that it is so much more than that. It is so much better than the Apatow dramedies and has a real heart beating at its centre. So the standout aspects of this movie are definitely the performances. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is brilliant as Adam, and his emotional turmoil in terms with the fact that he has this terminal illness, and also the way that they convey the diagnosis. When he's told that he has cancer, all he hears is the word cancer and the rest of the world fades into blur. I really like that, and I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt really sells it, and it is a very tough role. Obviously this is subject matter on which you have to tread carefully, but they are making a comedy as well, so they managed to find a balance between the seriousness of the disease and the emotional turmoil, and also the comedy aspects of the film. And I actually, as you know, I'm not really a fan of Seth Rogen because I find that he plays himself a lot of the time, but I thought he was really good in this. And it wasn't until afterwards I saw the film, I read that Seth Rogen was actually Will Reiser's best friend in real life when he was diagnosed with cancer. So Seth Rogen is essentially playing himself. He played this role in real life not so long ago, and that's probably why he sells it so effectively. He does essentially bring, you know, the dick and fart jokes and stuff like this, but he also brings a certain emotional pull to the film, which I think it greatly benefits from. And while I really enjoyed the role, I still think Seth Rogen relied a bit too much on his persona in order to portray it, but he did towards the end of the film. He has the bravery to be a bit more honest with himself and with us, the audience, and delivers probably his strongest performance to date. I've seen a lot of his movies and I think this is probably the one that he's best in. We also have supporting roles from Anna Kendrick and Angelica Houston. Angelica Houston plays Adam's mother, who, while she is a great actress, I do find her reaction to the news that her son has cancer a little bit of a stretch. She does sell it really well, and she does give a good performance. I think it's probably more the fault of Will Reiser that her reaction isn't completely believable, but then if this is based on real life, who are we to say whether or not that actually happened? We also have, as I mentioned, Anna Kendrick as Adam's therapist, who is probably, for me, the standout role in the movie. She's basically a young therapist. He's only her third patient, I believe, and she manages to bring a lot of humour to the film in that she doesn't really know what she's doing from an emotional standpoint. She has the technical knowledge of being a therapist, but doesn't really have the bedside manner, or you know, every reaction she has, she's obviously read in a textbook the night before, and Adam really manages to bring out the more truthful and emotional side of her character, and they both kind of blossom together, and I really enjoyed that aspect of the movie as well. You also have Bryce Dallas Howard playing Adam's unfaithful girlfriend, and there is a brilliant scene that I really loved when she is caught in the act by Seth Rogen's character Kyle, and he kind of calls her on it. And I think that there's kind of a lot of emotion floating around in that scene, but Adam's reaction to it when she later tries to reconcile, I found to be very kind of genuine and honest. And it's these aspects of the film that I think really work. There are little pockets, gems of scenes that you can probably tell have come straight out of real life, and they are very honest, and the performances really sell them. It's just overall the film doesn't quite reach what it's trying to achieve. It still has that kind of like you can almost feel that they're finding the balance between laughs and tears. And while the ending is somewhat emotional, you know, you can't. I can only imagine you would get choked up if you know somebody who has suffered from cancer or maybe has passed away due to cancer. The film on its own, I don't think really manages to tug the heartstrings as hard as it wants to, but it is an overall success. You know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, Anna Kendrick, Angelica Houston, Bryce Dallas Howard, they're all really good in it. Standout is Anna Kendrick by far. She's a brilliant actress and she's great in this. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is fantastic as well, but that's come to be expected. The script itself is, you know, it does do for the most part a good job of balancing the laughs and the cries. So Will Reiser does really well, and Jonathan Levine manages to present the subject matter in a way that isn't, you know, is quite thoughtful, so to speak, and I really appreciate that. So overall, 50/50 is a good film, and I would recommend it. You know, if you get a chance to see it, I don't know if it's on limited release, but if you get a chance to see it, go see it, because I think you'll like it. I would definitely recommend it.